Hello everyone, Ziggler here, Bork, Chef, you can call me whatever you'd like. So today I wanted to talk about the easiest way that you possibly can play as a Blood Death Knight. It's like the easiest thing in the world, and to be frank, like I haven't tested all the tanks while leveling yet, but so far it's absolutely the easiest one and the strongest one as well. But I'm gonna show you the way that I played. I've been seeing a little bit like of different people, like how they play it differently. But I thought I'm gonna show you my play. And keep in mind, as usual, this might not be the most optimal way, but it works for me. My Death Knight is currently almost level 89, so it's not like it's end level or anything, but I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna play the same playstyle anyway whenever I'm level 90. So let's just go. The first thing is that, as usual, with keybinds, for me personally, I have it like on keybind scroll, like on my mouse, like up and down, like this. Like this on the mouse. I'm just sitting here and then like scrolling like this, pretty much. And the thing is, let's just go over all the different, let's start with the talents. So let's see here, we got it over there. So the first thing on the first row, we have Rolling Blood. And I know that there's a lot of other people that are playing with like Unholy Blight, and I never seen anyone play with this one, because like they're like, oh, but I can choose to turn it on and giving it to everyone, like both the Blood Plague and the Frost Fever. The problem though is that it's a pretty long cooldown, and whenever it's off and whenever it's on cooldown, you actually have to press the Icy Touch and Plague Strike just to get the Blood Plague and Frost Fever dot up on the target. But if we're playing with the Rolling Blood, together with one glyph that is called the Glyph of Outbreak, this synergizes so very well, because it says your Outbreak spell no longer has a cooldown, but now costs 30 runic power. So the thing is that usually the Outbreak without it has like 1 minute cooldown, and then you're pretty much back on like the Unholy Blight spell. So it's pretty similar, but with this, it's gonna cost 30 runic power instead. So technically, it's like you can run in, make a Blood Boil, like once or twice, and then you're gonna be able to cast the Outbreak, because by that time you're gonna have 30 runic power. So, and then you can just press the Outbreak and then continue spamming the Blood Boil, because it says your Blood Boil ability now also triggers Pestilence if it strikes a deceased target. So it just keeps spreading. And on, for example, let me show you like this. Wait. There we go. On my actual Death Knight here, on scroll up, I have the Rune Strike. And the Rune Strike is my runic power dumper, really. And I'm gonna show you also a little bit later on down in the talents. But then on the scroll down, I have Blood Boil. So I just scrolling up and down and up and down and up and down by that point, once I've placed the Outbreak on the target and I spreaded the diseases on everything. So let's go back over here and see there. So on the next row, we're gonna pick the Purgatory. And the reason it is, it's like a sheet death pretty much for like 3 seconds, because it says, and if we go a little bit below, when your world sustain fatal damage, you instead are wrapped in a shroud of purgatory, absorbing incoming healing equal to the amount damage prevented, lasting 3 seconds. If any healing absorption remains when Shroud of Purgatory expires, you die. Otherwise, you survive. This effect may only occur every 3 minutes. And I don't really feel like we need the Lichborn anyway, because like we don't get sleep or charmed or feared that often at all, and it says your death coil is healing you. I mean, we don't get that that much in MoP in dungeons. Anti-magic zone could be nice, but it's very situational. But this one is like pretty good overall. So whenever this procs, I'm like spamming the death strike as much as possible whenever I see that this drops, because whenever it procs, your screen is gonna go a little bit like darker, so you're gonna see it instantly if it procs. And if it goes darker, you're gonna be able to, if you learn, then it's like within 3 seconds, if I'm not doing anything, I might die. Next row, it's up to you. This one is like this is like a ranged stun for 5 seconds. 30-second cooldown. You can have like, so you're gonna get more kite ability pretty much, because the frost fever is gonna shield them. But the one that I'm picking is the death advance, because it's first of all, it has like 2 main things in it. Number 1, it says you're passively moving 10% faster, and movement impairing effects may not reduce you below 70% of your normal movement speed. That's just the passive part of it. Then you have the activate, which says when activated, you gain 30% movement speed and may not be slowed below 100% of normal movement speed for 6 seconds. And it's a 30-second cooldown. So every 30 seconds, you're gonna have a 30% movement speed increase on top of the already 10%. So you're gonna move at 40%, which is just amazing. And then on this row, it's like the death siphon is just weird, because it's a death rune, and the death strike is a death rune as well. So it's like the death rune, the death strike is better to cast, because if you're absorbing the amount of the amount that you're getting healed through, like when you're actually using death strike, you're gonna get a healing absorption through your mastery. So it's kind of useless. The convention could be good if you're like single target or something, like trying to solo a boss or something. But in dungeons, I'm actually playing with the Death Pact, because this one is gonna drain runic power, but I don't want to do that. So it's Death Pact, and I'm gonna show you a macro that you can do, which makes it like panic button pretty much, if you want to. I don't have it because I actually like to put it up in advance. If I know that like in a dungeon we're at the part that we're like, if like I need to focus a little bit more because I might pull extra big, then I can actually have it, so I can press it instantly. But it's just you sacrifice your Rise Undead to gain 50% of his maximum health. So yeah. And on this row, that's 75 row, it's at first this is like situational as well, with the playstyle that you might play. Blood tap is very nice to have. It is, if you like to be able to, like, if let's say that you know that there's an incoming damage, but you don't have any death rune or anything, because everything is on the cooldown, like the runes, so you can't press the death strike whenever it procs. If you have this, you can press this first and know that you can have a death strike instantly after, pretty much. So it's situational, it's up to you. The runic corruption is something that I played at first, because I was like, increases your rune regeneration by 100% for 3 seconds, and first I thought this sounded amazing. But then I found this one, and the more I tried it out, the more I realized that my playstyle is like married to this talent, really. Because whenever you land a damaging like rune strike, because that's what we're using, you have a 55% chance to activate a random fully depleted rune. And what that means is that if you have a rune on cooldown, whenever you cast a rune strike, you have a chance that that rune that is on cooldown is gonna become a well, it's gonna be coming back to normal. So, and as a blood, you have, like, as usual, you have 2 blood, you have 2 frost, and then you have 2 unholy. But it's very nice because it's every single thing that we're casting pretty much is the blood runes anyway. So that way we're gonna have a cooldown of a we're gonna have like the blood runes over here on cooldown, and whenever we cast it and we get proc, this is gonna be off cooldown technically. So then we can cast a blood boil again, which is even more spreading the AoE with pestilence because of the rune that we talked about earlier, the talent, and also it's just way more AoE damage. So it is just simply amazing to play like this. Let's go over the rest of the glyphs. Let's see here. So first of all, we talked about the outbreak. That's a given. And after that, we're gonna use this one, and it says immediately finishes the cooldown of your death grip upon dealing a killing blow to a target that grants experience or honor. The reason why this is good is that with so much AoE, so many dots and everything, and usually whenever I've been playing, I've been like on top damage almost, maybe like in first place or second place. We're gonna get a lot of killing blows using this, and whenever we're getting a killing blow, like death grip is off cooldown, you can grab something instantly. So sometimes in some dungeons you can pretty much like stand there and then you can see the next group and you can like grip it towards you, just so because you feel like safe. And it could be like you're standing at a specific place, you're gripping it into the group, and then the pack that is like along with that mob is gonna start walking towards you. So it's just a pulling mechanic. It's very, very, very nice. After that, we're gonna have the Horn of Winter. Now generates an additional 10 runic power, but the cooldown is increased by 100%. It's just more. The normal one is giving 10, so it's just double, and it's just so you don't have to press it as much. It's like it has a 20-second cooldown. You're getting 10 runic power, but when we have this glyph, it's gonna be 40-second cooldown, and you're gonna get 20. So it's just doubled. It's the same pretty much, but it's just more and it's longer. So it's pretty much the same. After that, we're gonna have this one as well, because it's just nice to have, because why not? The effect of your Horn of Winter now lasts for 1 hour. It's just because I didn't find anything else that really like suited me really. And well, like the minor ones over here are really up to you. Let's see here. Let's go over the macros that I've actually been playing with, and it's these ones. We also have the Bone Shield. We're gonna go over it. So here it's a 1 minute cooldown. It surrounds us with the whirling bones. Everyone has seen it. The shield begins with 6 charges, and each damaging attack consumes a charge. While its last 1 charge remain, you take. While at least 1 charge remain, you take 20% less damage from our sources. Lasts 5 minutes. It's 1 minute cooldown. I don't like to press this one. I like it to be automated because it doesn't share the global cooldown. personally, it's not. It might not be the optimal way, but it's been working very good for me whenever I've been like speed dungeoning. So in this macro, I have show tooltip as always, just so we're gonna be able to like read the ability. Then is start attack. All the things I have is start attack. This wasn't actually, but let's do like this. Start attack. And then we go over here, there, hashtag, show tool tip. We're gonna remove this one as well. There we go, and we drag it over here. Because the reason why you have start attack is because if you're not hitting anything, you're losing damage, and you're losing the whenever you can get like runic powers and everything. So it's just you want to hit all the time, because also you want to hit because of it is where is it? Is it? Don't remember which one it is. I think it is this one, right? Yeah. Because and when you whenever we're using Blood Bowl, we're making 10% more damage. But it also says, and when you land a melee attack on the target that is infected with your Blood Plague, there's a 10% chance that your next Blood Boil or Death and Decay will consume no rune. So we want to be able to hit always. Always, 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 always. That's why we want to have the start attack. But like, let's go over the first one. It's start attack, Blood Bowl, and we have the Bone Shield. This one is because I've been getting these items that you can open. And I also like to have the Mote of Harmony /use, because if it's in the bag like this, it's just nice that it converts automatically into Spirit of Harmony. I just like it. It's really up to you, but that's how I've been doing it. Let's actually fix and show you the way that you can make a panic button. So we do panic button. So we can do hashtag show tooltip, and then we can press this, which is a cast sequence reset 5, and then we can just open it over here. We're gonna go to raise dead, because it's not raise ally. Make sure to press the right one. Raise dead, and then after that we're gonna go to Death Pact. So now what's gonna happen now is that whenever we actually use this button, it is just gonna be like, I first press it, and then if I press it again, I automatically have already sacrificed it and gained the health. But like, we're not actually sacrificing the whole thing, but we're getting the heal instantly with just 2 presses on the same button, which is just nice to have. Did I have anything else? No, I really only had the Rune Strike and this thing. I don't know if there's like that much else to actually talk about. Let's actually show you a dungeon before we leave. So let's just go with something that we're pretty familiar with. Let's go with the Stormstout Brewery. Gonna get the queue instantly. Now, like, keep in mind, I am a little bit overgeared now. I know that I am that. But just for the video's sake, I thought I'm gonna show you how I'm thinking in the process of playing through this dungeon. And I'm gonna comment now to just see how it goes. So in this dungeon, I'm like starting, and we're gonna use Blood Bowl, and then Death Strike actually. Now we can cast the rune, the Outbreak, And now I just scroll up and down because I've already spread the diseases. And usually if I feel like I'm overgeared and everything, I just continue and Usually sometimes I actually try to bring this one with me just so I can get in here and I can spread it instantly. That's what I like to do. I like to bring the actual, like, something that is dotted with me. That's another thing that you can do if you actually, like, save the if you save the death grip. In that way it could actually be very nice. And as you can see over here, like I'm pretty much like from now on I'm only scrolling. And I already have it, so I already have enough to cast the outbreak now. So I just go. And this is a little bit debatable in single target. You could spam the heart strike instead. But it's just easy and I can just look away from the screen pretty much and scroll up and down from now on, and if I keep an eye on like the health to see what's going on. Like if I'm dropping below something and I don't have enough health, I can just do a death strike and I'm okay. So this one is about to die pretty soon. And now I'm gonna show you also why it's nice to have the Death Advance ability, which is on the third row over here, which is gonna give us the movement ability. So now it's about to die. Usually when I'm speed running, I'm trying to like run away before the boss is dead and everything, because everyone is here to just do quick runs. And also during these times I'm trying to like get as much runic power as possible, really. So now for example I'm only scrolling down whenever I can, just to get the blood boil off, because at the moment I didn't really want to spam runic strike that much until we're over here, because then I can just go now, because now I know that I have enough runic power to spam and reset. I have a 40% chance to reset the runic empowerment that we talked about earlier. That's gonna fully recover a fully depleted rune. Run out. So I'm not actually gonna show you the whole dungeon, because it's gonna be a very long video. It's just how easy it is, because now whenever I'm casting Blood Boil now, I'm refreshing the dots all the time. So it's just so easy the way that I'm playing, because whenever something is spawning now and I'm casting the Blood Boil, I'm already spreading. Everything is spreaded now and I don't need to focus on the diseases, because it's automatically spread. Whenever you get the Scourge, Crimson Scourge, which we talked about earlier as well, which is this ability here that we talked about, that it resets the... It doesn't cost anything. You can use it on Death and Decay, which is just nice, instead of just casting one extra Blood Boil, because then you're starting the cooldown on it, which is 30 seconds. But yeah, it might be a very like short, well, it's not short really, it's 24 minutes. Jesus Christ. But I thought I'd wanted to show you this, because I've been playing with someone that I know, and they asked like how you're actually doing this, because it looks so easy and everything, and it really is. And what you also can do, by the way, is whenever something is about to die, because once you're level 79, 70, no, 87 and above, you're gonna learn Soul Reaper. And the Soul Reaper ability is like you're putting a dot on the target for 5 seconds. And if the target dies within those 5 seconds, you're gonna get 50% haste. And you might ask, why is haste good? Well, first of all, obviously because the Crimson Scourge. But for me, I'm actually dual wielding, which is something that a lot of people when I've been playing with is commenting on. And why do I do that? Well, it's because of the Crimson Scourge. Because it's just more things that is actually like hitting me. No, not hitting me. I'm hitting more. And with the speed that I can get, I mean 2.5 instead of like 3.6 or whatever it is, I'm just hitting with more, which is basically giving me the 10% higher chance to get the free Blood Boil and the Death and Decay. So that's the reason why I like to dual wield as a Blood. And it's a little bit, I really like it. And the other thing that you can do it on it as well is that instead of one, I actually haven't done any rune forging on this one, but instead of just the Fallen Crusader, you could actually put the wait a minute, there. You can put both the Fallen Crusader and the Cinder Glacier, because the Cinder Glacier is an ability that I've been using a lot whenever I've been playing DK, and it's very underestimated because it just makes the Blood Boil 20% more damage on your next two, because you have a chance to increase the damage by 20% for your next two attacks that deals frost or shadow damage. And if we read on the Blood Boil, it's shadow damage. So it's like, why not take advantage of it? It's just more damage. Sure, two-hander might be the best, obviously. I'm not gonna argue and say that dual wielding is better, because I know that the fact that if you're gonna play with two-hander, we know that the Death Strike is gonna heal more, which is gonna give a better absorption on you based on the mastery, which says each time you heal yourself with Death Strike while in Blood Presence, you gain X amount of amount healed as a physical damage absorb shield. So it is just nice to do that if you want to rather play that kind of playstyle. But I just find this a bit more interesting to play. And also something that you don't forget to, whenever you're like pulling big and everything, cast first the Dancing Rune weapon and then the Outbreak and then Pestilence, because then you're gonna have twice the amount of diseases on the actual target, which is nice. Comment down below if you felt like this is helping you, or like if I missed something, or you don't agree with me at all. Because if you don't agree with me, please explain to me how you would do this better. Because it's really interesting to see how people are playing this differently. Yeah, if you click on any of these videos over here, you're gonna see I'm gonna greet you there from a video from the past, and I'm gonna greet you there with the Bork Bork. And until next time, bye bye.